TV3Newday. It's still the month for all women globally. Now, International Women's Day is a day set aside worldwide specifically to celebrate women, and it's every year on the 8th of March. So 2 days ago, it was all noise about women, but we are taking the whole month. We are not done yet, or maybe even the whole year. That's why my next guest is in studio with me, Hetty Bonnie Mesa. I got it correctly, right? Now, she's a gender activist, political science student, and she says something very interesting as well. She's a self-confessed lady of leisure and a slay queen as well herself. She's pronounced it on herself. I'll be coming into all of that. Now, she owns, let me say, a women-focused and a women-led organization called Femin Style Africa. Femin Style Africa. Yes. That's correct. Anyway, good to have you. Good to see you. Nice meeting you as well.
Thank you.
You're very beautiful, and I love what you're wearing.
Thank you very much.
Is this what you mean by self-acclaimed slay queen and queen, lady of leisure? Is that what you mean?
I mean, definitely. I think that there's a lot of negative connotations around the phrase slay queen.
It's become derogatory, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to be called slay queen.
Exactly.
So why have you put it on yourself?
Because I think that as women, we really need to get to a point where we lose shame. Okay. Because if you don't feel ashamed about words that don't mean anything, you're not going to feel affected by it.
Okay.
As a gender activist, I've been called all sorts of names, and sometimes on my Facebook I change my name or my bio to some of those names. People call you. So you mean all the stones that are thrown at you, you pick them up to build yourself? Yeah, because you can't shame the shameless, right?
Right.
And again, these things are very gendered. So a man will not be called a slay queen or a slay king. Right?
Oh, but there are some slay kings out there, though.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
but even with that, it's kind of like almost like an admirable quality in a man.
Right.
Where in a woman, it's seen as something that is other. Okay. It's not what is expected of women. It's not what society likes women to be. So when we get to a position where we don't feel that I need to conform or be seen in a certain way to be accepted, because my activism centers all women, and I believe that women should be protected and respected, despite the fact that we may not agree with their lifestyle choices, because it's not really up to you.
Okay, I will come to what you, I'll come to what your focus is when it comes to women, and I'm told that you're an advocate for women empowering themselves to the voice that they have through politics and everything to affect change in society. But you just tell me this, still about slay queenism. So when you wake up in the morning on a typical day, what do you slay?
Everything, really.
Everything meaning?
I mean, life.
You slay your dreams.
I guess I do. I wake up in the morning and I think that it's going to be a great day. Okay. It's going to be a fantastic day. I'm generally a very happy person. So I'm like, let's go and do it. Let's go and get it. And so, yeah, I think that I slay everything that I do. I mean, not, you know, to mean that everything that I do is successful. Right. But I always go to anything that I do with the best of myself and make sure that I deliver what I can deliver. Yeah.
You focus a lot more on women using the voice that they have to be able to effect change in society. Why that focus?
Because I'm a woman. It would not make sense to not be on my own side. Okay. Right. The world is inherently patriarchal, and unfortunately, patriarchy also favors men more than it favors women.
It does. It
does.
And
so, as a woman, I'm affected by patriarchy in many, many ways. I live in England. I'm a black woman. I'm an African. And so there's an intersection of race and gender, right? So it's kind of like there's a double, I'm trying to
find the word and the expression.
Yeah, it's like a double standard where I have to excel. Right. You know, I have to prove myself twice because I'm black and
then you're
I'm
a woman as well. Yes. That's very difficult. Extremely
really
difficult.
It really is, but it shouldn't have to be, right? And so when you look at all the issues that affect women, especially African women across board, right? Because my magazine is a Pan-African
magazine. Oh, you have a magazine?
Yes, it's a digital magazine.
Oh, right. What is it called?
It's called Femin Style Africa.
Oh, that's the same name. Okay.
So, and because it's a digital magazine for African women, I have writers from different parts of the continent.
Right.
And you realize that all our issues are very, very, very similar. Right?
It's almost the same globally. Women go through almost the same things.
Exactly.
Same monthly issues, same men issues, same... and the list goes on and on and on and on. Anyway, I deduced that you didn't, or you were not born a gender activist. It must have started at a point. What birthed it?
I don't know that I wasn't born a gender activist.
Oh, you were born from your mom?
I must have been, because...
Right from the womb?
I remember, like, when I was, like, 8 or 10, one of my aunties told me that I should be in the kitchen learning how to cook. And I said, I'm not going to end up in the kitchen like you when I grow up.
That's what you told your auntie?
Yes, I got beaten up
I was just going to ask
my brothers.
I was just going to ask you that, were you not beaten for it? Were you here in Ghana or you were in London then?
No, I was in Ghana.
Yeah,
yeah, I was really beaten. But I didn't regret it. I said what I said.
But it tells me that at a very tender age, you knew where you were headed and what you wanted to do.
Yeah, because a lot of things didn't make sense to me, even as a girl, right? As a young girl, because you're in school and there's a boys prefect and a girls prefect, right? And the boys prefect is the main prefect.
Exactly, it's the
and the
main
girls,
one.
Like,
it's just supporting.
You know,
yeah.
It's like you're just there for ceremony.
Right.
And so all of these things didn't really make sense to me. But you know, we also grew up in a society where we're really socialized along gender lines. So it takes a lot of unlearning. And I didn't call myself a feminist until I was probably like, probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that when you birthed Feminine Style Africa?
No, Feminine Style Africa is only 2 years. So we launched in September 2020. It's been an idea for a few years.
Right. Tell us about it. I want to know all about it, your purpose, exactly what you do, what events you've had before, and this very one that's coming up tomorrow.
Okay. So Feminine Style is a digital magazine for African women by African women. Our aim really is to amplify women's voices in media. I believe that media shapes public perception. I've always, you know, looked at women in media and looked at TV programs and seen the sort of programs that women are put forward
and the impacts that we're making as well.
When I was a kid, I used to love talking points, right?
It
was always
you're so different. None of us love talking points. In actual sense, when it's time for talking points, we are all lurking around, loitering around. Just when it's time for a drama, we all seated in front of the TV.
No, I would
but you love talking
points. Talking point with my brothers and then watch a drama with the rest of the family.
You were born to do this.
And when I found out just a few weeks ago that the new host of Talking Point was a woman, I was so happy. Wow. I really want to meet her. So I feel that, you know, watching that, seeing what was going on, finding these topics interesting, but not seeing women on there, not seeing yourself in any of that. Those things they have an effect on how girls see themselves, right? If you read school books and says, Kofi is playing football and Amma is in the kitchen. Amma is going to grow up thinking that is where she belongs.
Exactly.
And Kofi is going to grow up expecting that Amma stays in the kitchen.
True. All right, so quickly, there's no time. Let's get into this event that you're having tomorrow. Time, venue, are we paying for it? What's going on with this event tomorrow?
Right, so the event is going to be at Alliance Française in airport, and it's also going to be online.
Right.
And it's going to consist of a panel discussion, and then we'll have breakout sessions. So our breakout sessions are going to be around Heal and Chill, which is going to be conducted by Christy Yukata, who runs Heal and Chill as an organization. So it's going to be around consent and group therapy. She's going to do some yoga. We've got Dance for Mental Health, which is run by Roxanne, and she also does a lot of work around healing through dance and movement. And then we've got Mary Stopes International.
They definitely have to be part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, women and fertility, they have to be there.
Yeah, so they have a breakout session on reproductive health. And then we have Wine and Wine, which is not free, but it's discounted. So Wine and Wine is being run by Fused Ink and
Lucy. Lucy is coming tomorrow. Oh, fantastic. Are we paying? How much are we paying?
So the event itself is free, but like I said, Wine and Wine is not free. There will be some free drinks and snacks as well. And we've got some vendors coming in to exhibit their wares. So yeah, it's going to be a
what
fun
time
event.
is it?
It's starting from 12 and it's going to finish at 7.
12 noon, so 7 hours. We at Alliance Française.
Yeah.
Okay, for what is it called again? Femme in Style Africa. Okay.
Yeah. And our event is dubbed African Women Breaking the Bias.
Okay.
So we're taking this International Women's theme.
And running with
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Okay. We are definitely breaking the bias tomorrow, 12 noon till 7 p.m. Hetty Bonnie Mesa, thank you so much for coming. We'll have another time, sit down and properly talk things over. But thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you.